Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This video is brought to you by First Detachment Nutrition. Battle tested, expert formulated. Use discount code AB10 at checkout for 10% off. Acne, bloating, and a sad eggplant that isn't as firm as it used to be. This might be the problem, and I'm going to dig into what it is in just 1 second. So I've been doing a ton of consulting calls lately with guys that reach out to me that have erectile dysfunction, issues with acne, bloating, having a hard time losing fat, all of these other issues that seem to be plaguing middle-aged bros. And it's funny to me that guys don't know what the answer is to this. And it is an issue that I see rampant in our community, in the TRT community right now, in the bodybuilding community. There is this cult of letting your estrogen get too high, thinking that there's some sort of additional health benefit to having super physiological levels of estrogen. When you're having those problems, if your back is breaking out, if you are bloated, if you're having a hard time losing fat, if you're an emotional wreck, if your noodle isn't getting as firm as it used to be, the old eggplant is sad and having sad times, you probably have high estrogen. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to guys that have had these issues and told them to get their estradiol checked and to work on getting their estrogen back in line. And lo and behold, these problems go away. So I've done several videos with Kurt Havens on the high estrogen cult, and it's a really strange one. There is this belief based on some random studies, some ones that don't even apply to us. I think they're on women, if I recall the study correctly, that everybody likes to cite, where super physiological levels of estrogen seem to be neuroprotective, kidney protective, and provide additional health benefits. Those are in women, ladies and gentlemen, not in men. I'm not saying that you should bury your estrogen, but keeping it in optimal range probably makes sense. So some things to look for in men in high estrogen. I can see it from a mile away. You'll see guys that carry their fat really weird. They have fat hips. They have fat asses. They have lower back fat. They have chest fat. They carry their fat like a woman does. And I'm not trying to say that in any sort of disparaging way. These guys also tend to develop gynecomastia. They tend to hold water. They tend to have issues losing fat that other men do not have. And it's sort of like this vicious cycle that you get into. The higher your estrogen is, the more testosterone is going to convert to estrogen, because estradiol is converted by the aromatase enzyme, which is made in fat in men predominantly. The fatter you are, the more aromatase you're going to make, so the higher the expression of that enzyme is going to be, and you're going to have more estrogen conversion. There's other issues that come along with having high estrogen that I see reported a lot of times. Guys having issues with their prostate. High estrogen causes inflammation. Inflammation can cause issues with your prostate. Inflammation is a key contributor to cancer risk. More inflammation, higher risk of cancer. It seems that estrogen might contribute to prostate cancer and potential breast cancer in men and colon cancer. There's increased clotting risk that come along with high estrogen, and it makes me wonder. Sometimes I sit around and think about this. There's been a lot of bodybuilders here over recent years. There could be other factors that I can't discuss on YouTube. You guys can fill in the blank. But one of the potential contributors could be high estrogen. Higher estrogen leads to additional clotting risk. We see a lot of bodybuilders, we see a lot of guys on TRT have issues with clotting. The blame seems to always go to high hematocrit and hemoglobin. Maybe, just maybe, high estrogen is a contributing factor to this. High estrogen can impact coagulation, which leads to increased clotting risk. That is something that we need to be aware of as bodybuilders. We're already doing things that may contribute further to clotting risk, so we want to reduce clotting risk. Once again, I'm not saying bury your estrogen, but maybe keep it in range. High estrogen also seems to be a contributing factor to insulin resistance through inflammation, interference with the insulin signaling pathway in the body, oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, and impaired lipid metabolism. You see the bros at the gym that are running their D-ball with their high estradiol levels in their back knee. They're bloated, covered with back knee. Estrogen contributes to dysregulation of antidiuretic hormone, which causes additional water retention in men. High levels of estrogen in men can lead to acne through increased sebum production, affecting skin cell turnover, triggering an inflammatory response, and altering the skin microbiota. This dysfunction collectively increases the chances of getting acne. Now, sometimes it can be DHT. We know that DHT can contribute to acne, but I often see it in men when they change their hormones around, when they do something that's going to drive estrogen through the roof, when they pull compounds out, when they adjust compounds and estrogen goes up, or you have an estrogen rebound from removing something, say, like primobolan, or taking an AI out, you'll see this rebound happen where they break out in acne, they have erectile dysfunction, and a whole other crap load of problems that happen. And we don't even need to talk about man boobs. We all know that high estrogen contributes to man boobs. What a better way to be attractive to a woman than having man boobs, butt fat, back knee, and a limp noodle. That's going to bring the ladies home every day, bros. I don't know why guys continue to suffer through this stuff, thinking that it's somehow beneficial to their health, to their gains, to have estrogen through the roof. If you've ever had high estrogen, you'll know too that your emotions are all over the place. I'll be crying at commercials that I wouldn't normally be crying at. I get moody, I get upset, I get emotional, I get anxiety, I get depression, and that's no fun to be around with. And it's no fun to be like that either. Why would you let yourself get like this? Why would you torture yourself? There is this illogical fear of AIs thinking that somehow that they are going to harm your health more than any of this crap is. I know for one, I don't want to be the guy with back knee, the guy that's bloated, the guy that has a fat butt, the guy that's crying in TV commercials about puppies, the guy that has man boobs. That is not attractive at all. So to wrap this up, where should your estrogen be at? In the off season, probably at the top end of the reference range. There are health benefits from having estrogen at the top end of reference range for men. We know that crushing it can cause problems too, such as issues with lipids, brain health, cardiovascular health. There are problems with going too low. So it would make sense to keep it in range and to be smart about it. There is no benefit for going in the super physiological range with your estradiol. If your estrogen's high and you're having these symptoms, consider taking control of it and managing it and not letting yourself suffer through these problems. All right, bros, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Am I completely crazy about this, or am I right? Let me know what you think. If you've had a limp, sad eggplant, maybe that's your problem. Let us know in the comments section below. Take care, guys. For coaching or consultations, head over to www.anabolicbodybuilding.com to book your spot today. I can help you with optimizing hormones, fat loss, muscle gain, physique, athletic performance, nutrition, and health. For more information, shoot me an email at bigp3rd@gmail.com.